then I got choked out.
Choked out.
I got choked out, and my life changed completely. I was a second-degree black belt at that time. I thought that I was, short of Obi-Wan Kenobi at that time.
Right.
And I had a friend who did jiu-jitsu. And so this friend came to the dojo, to the school. We did some sparring, and I did really well on my feet until suddenly he broke me down and got on the top of me, and I knew enough to kind of like get
Fight
back to
him
my
off a little
feet,
bit, yeah.
right? Fight him off. But he put me in what is called a triangle choke, and for the first time, I thought that guy was gonna kill me, and he let me go. So it awakened something inside me. I think we signed up together for jiu-jitsu that summer, right away, early 2007, 19 years ago. Yeah, 19 years ago.
Well, the way I remember it was I got my black belt when I was 16 or 17. And I think I enjoyed it for about a weekend before the next week I was learning jiu-jitsu and I was a white belt. So I think I was a black belt for about a weekend before I signed up to jiu-jitsu and started training then.
What a blessing that is, though, to be humble enough to do that, because it really opens up to continue learning. And I think learning jiu-jitsu complemented so much our Taekwondo.
It did.
I mean, it really, really did.
Yeah.
So that's when we met Carlos Machado.
Yeah.
And for me, Grandmaster Machado was an idol. He was a father figure. I really, really look up to Master Machado. He was a solid man. He was a clean man. He was a monster on the mat, yet really gentle as a person, a family man. He cared for his children. He cared for his wife. He would teach excellent classes. He ran a really good operation. I really, really look up to Master Machado. And I've been studying with them for 18, 19 years since.
Where does, because I know for both of us, we worked with Mr. Freddie Poole and we learned Muay Thai, which that's another story, but where does he fit into that, into starting jiu-jitsu, meeting Carlos Machado? That's where you met Freddie Poole, correct?
Yeah, well, I have seen Freddie Poole at tournaments before, and everybody knew what Freddie Poole was because he's a national kickboxing champion, stunt coordinator, Waukee, Texas Ranger, and Freddie has a personality that you know when Freddie's there. I had already seen him. I had not met him, but I met Freddie at Machado's when he was a blue belt through Tony Rios.
Right.
I knew Tony Rios from and Nathan Wicks from Boost. And so Freddie Poole was looking for instructors at his school in Highland Park. I received a job offer from them, and I went out there to Freddie Poole Martial Arts in Highland Park. And a few months after, I talked Freddie into hiring you. You came in and we worked together very much. I think, but Freddie's our friend and mentor, so we can talk all kinds of smack to Freddie. But Freddie is a really good guy. And what I remember though is that our style of Taekwondo was very different from the style of Taekwondo that they were teaching. They call it Taekwondo.
I remember.
Where Taekwondo in Texas, it was more like kickboxing than Taekwondo.
Right.
They would do the Taekwondo kicks, but they were heavy emphasis in punches as well. And that's when we started Muay Thai. We started training with Nathan Bagby, and there was the Combat League, what was it?
I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember the training.
Yeah, but we trained Muay Thai for 4 or 5 years with Nathan Bagby and Freddie Poole. And that's when we really started learning to put our power behind our techniques. As children, perhaps growing up, you're always working on control and self-control. You don't want to hurt anybody if you're younger. But man, when you start doing Muay Thai, everybody's trying to knock you out. And I think the first lesson that I remember from there is leg kicks. Oh my gosh, I got my left kicks so much. My left quad was beat up. It's trying to psychic everybody away, and they were just banging my leg and the clinch work and the type of training, the bags, the pads, the sparring. It just got the rules changed.
And I remember, I remember being probably about 14 or 15 at the time, but I remember that back in that day, and even I know from talking to Master Angel, even further back, in martial arts, there was always this stigma, right? It was either you're learning Taekwondo, or you're learning karate, or you're learning Jiu-Jitsu, or you're either a Jiu-Jitsu guy, you're a Taekwondo guy, you're a karate guy. There was those labels. And I think with working with Freddie Poole, we kind of went into this pool of, hey, no, we can do Taekwondo, we can do Muay Thai, we can do Jiu-Jitsu. And then you got onto Kung Fu, which was another side quest for you.
Yeah, well, we learned how martial arts really complement each other. It's like John Danaher says, jiu-jitsu is great, taekwondo is great, kickboxing is great, but when you mix them together and you like MMA in a way, it's bigger, right?
Right.
So we continue learning, we continue training, we continue teaching, but at a personal level, I always wanted to learn kung fu and I always want to learn tai chi
Right.
because of jet